Ah, The Little Mermaid 2, the Disney sequel that just. Okay, maybe not that impressive. Ouch! Okay, Melody, I get the point. You're not impressed with this movie either. Hey guys, I'm Karina. There are so many things wrong with The Little Mermaid 2, but I love it anyway. Let's look at some of these wrongs together. I mean, besides this lovely quality Disney sequel animation, this is just in this first part of the movie. Here's where we get our first look at Melody as a tween in this movie. And I agree with Sebastian's sentiment right here.
Hey, Scuttle. Hey, Sebastian. What's kicking?
What's kicking is that you're not wearing any clothes this entire movie. Why are you going everywhere in your underwear? Like, she's swimming in her underwear here.
Hi, Melody.
And like, maybe this isn't that important, but I am impressed with her ability to hold her breath and swim in salt water with her eyes open. She wanders around her own castle in her underwear. And I mean, I know that in this particular situation, she had just come in from swimming in her underwear. But I mean, really, she knew she had a party that day. Could she not have brought some clothes to put on over her underwear once she got out of the ocean? A towel, something? And you gotta love cartoon logic throughout this movie that even though she was just swimming in the ocean for who knows how long, she's completely dry. No wet hair, dry underwear, all of that. And I gotta say, this scene right here makes me question Melody's senses.
Oh, your Highness.
Sorry, my fault. I gotta go. Can't go to the party without shoes. Can't go to the party without shoes. Can't go to the party without shoes.
Can't go to the party without shoes? Girl, how about some clothes? Get your priorities straight.
Louis, Melody's not in here, is she?
No, Your Highness, but her birthday cake is 12 petites candles. C'est magnifique.
So this particular image also has some things that don't just make sense in this movie. I mean, besides this lovely don't pause the movie in certain spots image. Okay, so first, how did he get on the ladder? The steps that you would climb are closer to the cake, so I'm not sure how he would climb that without brushing himself up against the cake. Also, when he's on this ladder as it's tipping back and forth, I'm not sure how he stayed on that ladder. He is on his knees on the ladder. Not very safe. I'm pretty sure he would have fallen off. And then the other thing with the cake that is that big and that tall, how on earth did you bake that thing? Cartoon logic. And one last thing here. Louis only has 3 fingers plus his thumb. How did that happen? Did he have a cooking accident? I really want to know this backstory now. And this whole scene is just fantastic with cartoon logic. Even Grimsby shakes his head at it. But for real, how does any of this even happen? This is... I don't know. I know Louis was really ridiculous in the first one as well when Sebastian came across. But how is this working? Picking up his hairpiece like that? I feel like the people in the ballroom aren't laughing at Melody. They're laughing at the cartoon logic.
Young lady.
So here we see a very important plot hole. We're seeing Melody in her boat,
And if no one's
leaving her castle.
I'm gonna find out myself.
But her castle is surrounded by a who knows how many feet tall wall. And in the beginning of the movie, we saw her swimming under the wall, moving the poles to get out. So I'm not sure how she got that boat out. Another important plot hole here. How on earth was she able to get to the southern hemisphere in Antarctica, where the penguins are and Morgana is, so fast? All right, let's do some math about this. So Melody lives in Denmark. Denmark to Antarctica is 16,659 kilometers or 10,476 miles. I mean, just looking at the map, that's a long way for her boat to go on her own. So I decided to do a little bit of research. I found a research article, which I will put the link to that article in the description box below if you'd like to read it. An average mermaid can swim 5.93 meters per second, which is 13 and some change miles per hour. That means, based on the distance it is from Denmark to Antarctica, it would have taken Melody as a mermaid 789, almost 790 hours to get to Antarctica swimming, or 32.9 days. Yeah, no wonder her parents were worried. If she's going to Antarctica, she's been gone more than a month. But Melody wasn't swimming to Morgana's. She was being pulled by Cloak and Dagger, who are manta rays. Manta rays can only swim 9 miles per hour, which is less than the 13 that mermaids can swim. So with Cloak and Dagger, it would have taken 1,164 hours to get to Antarctica, or 48 and a half days, which is a whole 15 days, half a month longer than a mermaid would have taken. Big plot hole there. Some explaining needs to be done. Was Melody really gone for 2 months?
My fingers are wrinkly and I really don't care if all of my curls have curled out of my hair.
Okay, so Melody went to Morgana's and got turned into a mermaid. She says that her fingers are wrinkly. So all mermaids have wrinkly fingers? And your curls? Curled out of your hair? What curls? Am I missing something?
The song of the sea with you.
Okay, so I'm not a professional singer or any type of singer really, but I really do not understand how you can sing with your neck extended like that and your teeth tight, closed together. If someone can explain this to me, comment below. So Morgana convinced Melody that she had her trident stolen. So Melody is on this quest to go and get this trident back for Morgana. The part in this scene I did not understand is how Melody was able to fall basically on her neck on the ice and not be injured. Okay, so I'm also not a penguin expert, but I do not know how that many penguins are able to grasp onto each other, making a chain link down with a walrus down that hunk of ice. I'm pretty sure the laws of physics don't allow that, but again, I guess that's just cartoon logic.
Hand me my trident now.
All this time. You never told me?
Kept the most important secret in her whole
So
life
this
from her
scene here,
own daughter.
how much of this
Give it to
movie
me,
could have been
Melody.
avoided
Hand it to me.
if they would
for
have
your own
had
good.
better
She's
communication
lying.
with the
I've
mother
given
and
you what
daughter?
you've always wanted. She's the one who lied to you all these years.
I was trying to protect you.
There it is.
A fork? We're risking our tails for a fork?
Okay, so I gotta say, this isn't necessarily a wrong with the movie, but I do really love our comedic relief and finding a fork. Okay, so back to some parts of our plots that don't make sense. So we've already established that Morgana, her lair is in Antarctica. What this part doesn't make sense is that these are sailors traveling in Antarctica area in short sleeve shirts with no coats. How are they not freezing to death?
You are a very bad lady.
Very bad.
That's the best insult you can come up with, Scuttle. I gotta say though, love the insult. probably the best 8 seconds in the entire movie. Right here. Nice running on water. Sun's setting really quickly. Wonder how fast their days actually are. Is that how fast it normally sets in Antarctica? Okay, so a couple things with undertow. Undertow is a tiger shark. Tiger sharks live in the tropical and subtropical areas of the ocean.
Another plan perfectly executed. Melody!
One, how is undertow living in Antarctica? And then also, how big is he? Tiger sharks are typically only 10 to 14 feet long, but he looks a lot bigger than that. Okay, so a couple things here. First, I am really impressed with Melody's climbing abilities as she is climbing ice. Second, look at this leap right here. Jumping all the way up and over Morgana's shoulder. That girl's got some power in her jumps. So here Melody is falling. That is such a long height to fall. I have to wonder, would a walrus catching you really cause you not to have any damage or injuries from a fall of that height? Okay, so obviously Melody saves the day, gets the trident back to King Trident, and Morgana's never seen again. This is a Disney movie. That's how it always ends. But this image right here, when they're walking back, Eric is holding Melody in his arms, and Melody just appears as if she's a lot smaller than she was earlier in the movie. Melody is 12, and yet she's easily fitting in her dad's arms here. So then Melody's grand idea is to bring down the wall so that way land and sea people can live together in perfect harmony. And we see that the castle's steps conveniently lead directly to the ocean. If the ocean's in high tide, those steps would probably be underwater. Okay, so I've gone through a few of the main plot holes and interesting things that I've noticed when watching the movie, but I also had to notice that if you pause the movie in certain parts, you get some lovely images. I'll share some with you here. First, animation. Gotta love those feet there. Second, I think I will caption this particular image. Wendy's cousin learns about Peter Pan. So I'm really not sure what Ariel is doing with her hand. It looks like she is stabbing Eric in the nose with her hand. I just love the face expressions here. And here too. Some more really good face expressions. Good job, Ariel. So does pulling out the trident make your arms and neck grow like Elastigirl, or is it struggling to pull out the trident that makes your arms and the neck do that? Oh, animation. Thank you for Morgana's lovely hair and face. Just again, lovely face expressions everywhere. Ariel really seems to be rising to her title as I will get the most obscure facial expressions in this movie. No words are necessary. No words. So I know Dash was jumping on top of Undertow here, but it seriously looks like he's trying to bite him. And another nomination for award of stellar Disney sequel animation. Just look at those toes. I don't think I could make my toes do that if I even wanted them to. So I zoomed in here so you can see that better, but wow, look at Melody. Beautiful form, Melody. Are you trying to do a handstand on Dash? And the animation is back. Take a look at those hands. Woohoo! Let me jump like 10 feet in the air while a giant shark, or rather tiger shark, that is giant for his size, is chasing me. Ah, yes, this beautiful, beautiful animation of Disney sequels. Are walruses even bouncy? Well, that's going to be it for this video on the wrongs in The Little Mermaid 2. Obviously, I did not even scratch the surface on everything you can find in The Little Mermaid 2. Let me know down in the comments other things you found in this movie that I did not mention, or any other comments you may have, and I'll see you in the next one.